What's up guys, I'm Nathan and in this video I'm gonna be showing you guys the updated extreme mode tier list in Roblox All-Star Tower Defense, and we have Goku, Tatsumaki, Conan, Ichigo, Kento and all of these new characters we have, and this one is going to be for extreme story mode, extreme infinite mode and extreme trial, extreme raid, etc. So it's going to be really helpful. So basically guys, S tier is going to be the meta units. This is going to include meta starter units because usually at the first few waves itself it gets really intense. So it's going to include that and some other characters based on like thinking about the fact that extreme mode has a lot fewer waves. Okay guys, so and also keep in mind most of the time extreme mode is for grinding, so like S tier is going to have fewer units since usually it's done as a solo rather than a duo. A tier is going to be the really good characters, B tier good, C average and D tier are the bad units. So starting off with Usopp, he's probably going to be C tier. Tatsumaki probably going to be like bottom S tier I would say, because having a hybrid unit for extreme mode is going to be a lot more helpful, because in extreme mode the air units are going to move at light speed almost. Kento is going to be a solid A tier guys because he is full AoE with that really nice damage. Goku will be S tier but a little lower on S tier because for extreme even infinite mode it is very difficult to place down all of your Gokus because of his cost. Armin probably a B tier, to be honest. He's not insanely good for extreme mode. Blackbeard is obviously S tier. He's absolutely essential for extreme mode because of how fast the enemies move. Blackbeard 5-star is absolutely trash. Bulma is very useful because of the money. That is also going to be absolutely essential for all modes in extreme. Then Kaido probably C tier because, well, I mean he's a hybrid but he's rubbish. Sanemi another D tier, he has nothing good about him. Darui C tier. Then our Rengoku will be a solid A tier, but the problem is that he is only going to be able to hit ground. Then Rengoku 5-star C tier. Gon probably D tier because of his cost, and he is too bad for that cost, so he is going to be that low for extreme mode. Conan will be a solid S tier because for raid 1 she's going to be very helpful because of her DPS on those ground units, so a very solid S tier. Then Ichigo probably top A tier because for extreme mode his cost is very difficult to maintain, and Goku is just a lot better for his cost than Ichigo is, so I feel like he needs a buff at least to be able to hit air units or a cost buff. He seriously needs that. Then our Aladdin bottom C tier. Gilgamesh bottom A tier because Gilgamesh is a very solid starter unit, so he is going to be pretty helpful for starting off your extreme mode runs. Then of course Golden Frieza with Orb will also be an S tier because he is pretty useful for raid 1 extreme because of his cost guys, and the DPS is also quite solid. Warhammer Titan is absolutely rubbish. Ichigo B tier, he's okay but not that good. Jiraiya A tier, he's not insanely good but still decent. Jotaro definitely a very solid S tier because his time stopping is obviously going to be essential. Jotaro 5-star is going to be A tier. Oops, I put him in S. Bottom A tier because of the time stop. Light Yagami another A tier because I mean it's okay for some clutch wins, but still his damage is very outdated right now. Then Gohan probably going to be A tier. Then this dude Goku Black Rose C tier. Same for Sasuke, he's okay but not that good. Same for Nami. Broly will be a lot lower along the A tier because there are fewer waves in extreme mode and therefore he will not be allowed to gain that much damage, but still full AoE is always very nice. Natsu top C tier. Yuno probably another C tier, lower than this guy though, maybe even lower than Sasuke to be honest. Then we have Minato, who's probably going to be a pretty solid A tier, I would say, because like his cost is pretty nice for extreme mode, but still there are better units to get. Then we have Marker, who is going to be B tier. Gojo will be tied with Jotaro because of the time stop. His time stop duration is actually longer. Irwin is S tier because that buff is absolutely essential. Then Akaza is D tier. Then we have Escanor, who is going to be a pretty solid A tier because he's still, like, I would not say he's outdated, but he's definitely no longer meta. Then we have Obito, who's going to be C tier. Emiya, who's going to be low B tier. Then we have Luffy, who will probably be right below Sasuke on C tier. We have Snake Man Luffy, who's going to be a fairly decent A tier, but still I feel like he needs a buff in his AoE cone size because his arms go everywhere and he only hits such a thin AoE cone. So now since we have such OP units, they need to buff him and make his AoE cone massive, like maybe Netero. Then he's going to be like viable at least. Then we have Ace, who's going to be bottom C tier because Ace is the cheapest character in the game right now, if I'm not mistaken. Then we have Mob Psycho, who's like D tier, he's rubbish. We have this guy who's going to be over here, Giorno. This dude is going to be right below Gohan because I mean he's a decent character, but not really good enough. Boo is going to be bottom B tier because full AoE hybrid is not bad, but his damage is outdated. Nagato, same as Boo, he's also pretty cheap for that hybrid, so I guess he's okay. Coyote Stark is going to be another C tier. He's not that good, but still he's not that bad either for D tier. Then this dude, Roy Mustang, is going to be tied with Gilgamesh because Roy Mustang can also be used as your starter unit for extreme mode because 1 SP is really nice with that range. And he's also going to be providing air support, so you can use him also as your starter unit. It just depends on you. Then we have Kuma, who's also going to be a solid S tier. I'll probably put Kuma and Golden Frieza tied because they both are very solid and it's just preference on which one you use. We have Overhaul, who is going to be in C tier. Magellan, who's going to be probably like mid B tier because of course he will be providing slowness, but it's not really worth it because of how small his AoE circle is. We have Whitebeard, who's going to be pretty high up on C tier because he summons tsunamis, I suppose. Whis is useless for extreme mode, like entirely useless. Meliodas, probably I would put him on B tier because his cost is pretty decent but range not that much. Then we have Dio, who's going to be higher than Jotaro because his time stop ability is a lot cheaper than our Mihawk. He's really outdated, guys. I'm gonna put him on like C tier or bottom B tier, I would say. No, you know what? I'm gonna put him on C tier just because of the fact that Mihawk's cost is a little too much for extreme mode and he is not going to provide that much for that cost. Rukia is going to be mid B tier because I mean Freeze is okay. If you want to do it like the lazy way, yeah, Freeze is fine. Byakuya probably going to be tied with Overhaul sort of. They're both pretty decent full AoE characters. Meta Knight is absolutely essential for extreme mode and I'm putting him higher than Goku because you will really struggle to place down all of your Gokus, which is why I'm putting Meta Knight higher. Then we have Escanor, who's going to be higher up than Bulma because they both give money, so they're like literally the most important characters in the game, to be honest. This is just a duplicate, don't worry about that one. Then Netero is going to be higher than Kuma, but sort of tied because we are keeping in mind, of course, the fact that Netero is better for infinite mode, and infinite extreme mode you will still be able to place down Netero, but it will be a little bit tricky. You're gonna have to be really quick and careful. Then Joseph Joestar will be a decent A tier character. Then Zoro is going to be another decent A tier character because he's pretty cheap and you can use him. Silver Zoldyck probably going to be higher up than Jiraiya because of hybrid. Then we have what the heck is this dude's name? I keep forgetting it. Yeah, Merlin, who's going to be an A tier because range buffs are always fine. But like I said, you're most likely going to be doing this in a solo. So using a range buffer is going to be a little bit tricky to include in your loadout. But yeah, this one is our new list. So hopefully you guys like this one better than the others. If you did not like something about it, just let me know what in the comments. And thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.